My 2 times great-grandparents, Joseph and Mary Dimmick, were living in Oregon when their first 2 children were born. On Jim's advice, I'm going to Portland to search early Oregon records for information about what they were doing there. When I heard that I had family in Oregon, of course I thought of the Oregon Trail, but it's really unknown to me completely. So I am on my way to the Genealogical Forum of Oregon, and I'm going to meet a fellow named David Del Mar, who is an Oregon historian. We were in Oakland, California, and things led to Joseph and Mary Dimmick, and we found that their first 2 children were born in Oregon.
All right, great. We have a database right here.
How about that?
It's really, really useful for searching Oregon records. Let's have a look. Joseph Dimmick. All right, and see what we get.
Joseph Dimmick, born Ohio, 1842. His mother was Comfort Dean? Comfort, that's a great name.
Right,
How about that? Well, hi there. Hi there, Comfort Dean. So Comfort is my 3 times great-grandmother. And his dad was Joseph Dimmick. And he's my 3 times great-grandfather. Born in New York, Joseph Dimmick, 1808. Oh.
Okay.
He's a farmer.
Right.
He arrived here in 1852. How about that?
Would you like to take a look at what they were up to in the Midwest
Yes,
before
absolutely.
they left?
Yeah, I'd love to.
Let's go to
All right, great.
Ancestry.com then. So let's see what we find there.
Joseph Dimmick, Sr.
Taking a look at the 1850 census.
Oh, got it. Okay, cool. So, residence, Rushville, Illinois.
Okay.
We've got Joseph Dimmick and Comfort Dimmick. They're both 43 years of age at this time. They have had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 12. 12 children. I'm doing what I can to catch up. I found out that my 3 times great-grandparents, Joseph and Comfort Dimmick, had 12 children. One of whom was my great-great-grandfather, Joseph, who was Ellis's father. It seems they lived in Illinois, but then traveled west to Oregon. And I would love to find out why.
I'd like to share with you something I found that might give you some more clues on what was drawing them westward.
This is the Daily Journal out of Springfield, Illinois. Monday evening, November 11th, 1850. Oregon fever. I hear this expression often repeated in the West. The late acts of Congress have been not only liberal to our veteran soldiers, but in donating homes to actual settlers on the far-off shores of the Pacific. If we but glance at the geographical position of Oregon, and then notice its geological worth, its delightful and healthy climate, its noble rivers, its boundless forests of timber, we must admit that there is a good cause for the attacks of Oregon fever. And that would be a very tempting article.
Right.
Especially with this little thing about Congress saying you're going to get some land for free.
So they're in a place where land's expensive. It's going to be difficult to get more of it.
Right.
This is land made available to anyone who can come out.
This was to advance population.
Right.
Is that the Oregon Trail?
Yes. So there's the manifest destiny, the idea of stretching from sea to sea.
Right.
But there's also this family desire. Their hope is their children and their grandchildren would be able to stay on this land. You could divide it up almost like you were a land baron.
Right. So he says to Comfort and all the kids, he says, let's go. Things are looking pretty dismal here in Illinois. I've farmed this land out. We've got to do something about all these children.
Right, right. But yeah, to get there, it's not for the faint of heart. Would you be interested in learning about some of the hardships of the journey itself, Kelsey?
Absolutely.
I have
Absolutely.
a colleague in Eastern Oregon who'd be delighted to help you with that.
That's really exciting. Thank you. I'm astonished to learn that I have pioneer ancestors who traveled west along the Oregon Trail. The picture is just blooming in my mind just because of the sheer bulk of the family. If it's a dozen kids, 2 adults, our next mission is to go piece together life on the trail, and I'm really excited about it. I'm headed to the far eastern part of the state to meet with historian Peter Bogue, an expert in American migration and the Oregon Trail. Today I'm going to find out what it was like to risk your life for your future, the American dream. try to understand a bit what my ancestors went through. There we are. Oregon history, the lure of gold. Still have that. So you must be Peter.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too, Kelsey.
Welcome
a
to
pleasure.
Eastern Oregon.
Thank you so much.
And the Oregon Trail.
Oregon Trail, so this is it.
This is where your family would have come through long ago.
Incredible.
Of the roughly 2,200 miles of the original Oregon Trail, about 300 are still visible in ruts such as these.
Wow.
Beginning in 1836, Americans seeking a better life headed west on the Oregon Trail. It was a dangerous journey that could take 6 months and over 2,000 miles through sun-baked plains and over treacherous mountains. Settlers walked most of the way as the wagons carried supplies. Families like the Dimmicks started at jumping-off points in Missouri and followed the Platte River northwest through the plains and over the Rocky Mountains. These pioneers followed the Snake River north until it joined the mighty Columbia. From there, they headed west to the trail's end in the Willamette Valley. The Oregon Trail remained one of the most viable routes to the west until 1869 with the completion of the Transcontinental Railroad. By that time, over 500,000 people had gone west in the hope of achieving the American dream.
Boy, just imagine that.
Yeah, walking through this day after day. And a number of people did keep journals on the trip west. So I've located a document that I think that you might find interesting.
Wow, how about that? Joseph Gragg started across the plains in April 1852. Members of company, Joseph Dimmick.
It is a rare find to get a journal of a specific family like
Wow.
this. Joseph Gragg, who wrote this document, was the nephew of your great-great-great-grandfather, Joseph Dimmick Sr.
Right.
And so that made him the first cousin of your great-great-grandfather,
Right.
Joseph Dimmick Jr., who was about 10 years old when they made
at the time,
crossing.
yeah. Comfort Dimmick, love that name, his wife. And their children, Ann Dimmick, Thomas Dimmick. Oh, how about that? Thomas Dimmick died on the plains.